I am Dale from Dale's Rock Interviews and Metalliville online magazine, and I'm joined by I'd like to say singer, but you're everything. For Black, is it pronounced Royce?
Yes,
Yes, Black Royce, which is the river that runs by your town.
that's true. Yeah, actually, I live in Aachen, which is the main town in Switzerland where the Reuss flows through. Yeah,
Yeah, Switzerland is a place I'd absolutely love to visit. Still not done it, but I'm a aircraft spotter, and you have some fabulous air bases and things like that for where you can stand and photograph with a great backdrop.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So going on to you, is your name pronounced Maurizio Dottore?
Maurizio Dottore. Yeah, it's Italian.
Dottore, yeah.
Yes.
Sounds more Italian than Switzerland.
Yeah, actually, I'm originally Italian, but born and raised in Switzerland.
Right. Okay. So that explains the name.
Yeah. So my parents emigrated from Italy to Switzerland,
Yeah.
and then 20 years later, I was born in Switzerland.
Excellent. I have to say, you're very brave. You're very brave for the simple fact that it's just you and just you doing everything, all the instruments, the singing, the writing, the composing, everything that goes to each song you've done. And then you've also done four concept albums which tell a story, which is it's brave for any band or any musician to do as a concept album. You've done four in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I do all the instruments beside the drums.
Ah, right. We found a little
Um,
flaw.
yeah, I work with Diego Rapacchetti, who is the drummer of Corona. Maybe you know Corona, the
Yeah,
Legends Swiss thrash metal band.
yeah,
So he's joining me in the studio, but of course I write everything, also the drums, and then of course we just adjust things in the studio when we work together for the recordings. But other than that, I just play all the instruments. You're right, produce everything in my own home studio here in Switzerland, and then of course when it comes to mixing and mastering, I just work with other people again because that's not my core competence.
okay. So my next question is why? Why do you do it all by yourself and not with other like-minded musicians?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I was in bands for over 20 years and also touring around. And a few years ago, I just don't have any more motivation to continue.
Mhm.
And then I quit everything and stopped doing music. And then a few years later, with as with every love you have inside, it just the flame came back again. And then I just started building my own studio at home. I mean, then also the COVID time came, so had a lot of time to at home, and I was just thinking, I want to prove myself. I can do it on my own, and that was
Yeah,
why I just do it. And I also, I mean, Black Rise is really about intrinsic motivation. So it's not a concept, where I try to copy something. I mean, of course, you have influences, that's clear, but I just I want to have the music that is inside me, and
yeah,
I mean, that's hard to share with other people because if you ever are in a band, then everybody has his influence on the music. And here with that project, I just wanted to have my own vision on records, and as well as the concept and the lyrics. I mean, those are very, very personal sometimes, and this is all about me. It's my view, it's my vision, it's my way of thinking, and hardly to share with other people. I mean, in terms of the concept and because the concept is about the life flow. There's four chapters, so you
Yeah,
have the metamorphosis, then the journey, the arrival, and now we released death a few weeks ago, and this is then the life flow in four chapters. That's also why the river is inside the name.
yeah,
It's very personal, so that's mainly the reason why I want to do it alone. And I mean, it's also great advantage to just decide everything my own. I don't have to talk to other people or just discuss for hours about how the artwork should look like or the sound should look like. I mean, sound like. I mean, it's just I can decide everything on my own.
yeah. No, no creative differences.
No, at all.
No, yeah. This is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Which,
I can imagine having other people on board for the future. I mean, but uh, I also decided for me that this project has to grow organically. It's not, I don't force anything. And if something just develops, then because of organically, then I'm ready to be open. But at the moment, I'm alone. Yeah.
yeah. So you wrote them all in order, I presume. You started off with the journey in 2022, and then sorry, that was your second one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Metamorphosis. I can't say it. 2021, then Journey 2022, Arrival 2023, and then your latest one, which is Death. So I presume you wrote them all in order. You didn't just like write down lots of songs and well, that one belongs in this album, this one belongs in that album. How was your process?
When I started, I was thinking about this as a concept.
Hmm.
And I was writing down, titles and sketches of certain, lyrics, but not of course ending in a book and made like a storyboard. Let's put it that way, with all the four chapters together.
Yeah,
And we also worked on the artwork with a friend of mine being art director, all the four together. So this is a concept. But then when it comes to write the songs and produce the songs, it was just one after the other.
yeah, yeah. I suppose once you've got that flow going and you've got it in your head, it would be quite an easy process putting it down lyrically and writing.
Yes, it was so clear, the path was so clear because I had like a route where I want to go. And then of course I just everything came after the other. And as you say, it was for me it was easy to follow that because I really knew what I wanted to do from beginning on. But then I mean it was improving the writing and improving the I mean also I'm not born as a singer, so
Yeah,
I also I take some lessons, some singing lessons, and really try to improve also on production, on how I record things. And I spend a lot of time also on this sound design, because I really knew how it should sound. Once done, of course, it's easy because I have my own studio. Everything is set up for me. I can basically just plug in the guitar and play, and it's my sound.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you do all the music yourself, apart from the drums. Um, how do you see this going in the future, like on a tour, doing performing it live? It, yeah, we have this thing in this country where we have buskers, one man band, and they've got the drum on the back and cymbals under their arm and guitar in the hand and harmonica, and they do it all and boom,
I,
clap and play.
yeah.
So, I mean, I can't see you doing that. It's how do you see it growing in the future?
Yeah, me neither. I cannot see myself. I would even struggle in doing it, to be honest. But I really admire those people who can play like four instruments at a time. I'm not this kind of guy. So I mean, yeah, we are talking a lot about doing it live at the moment. So when I started back in 21 with the first album, it was not I was not supposed to bring this on stage. But now with fourth album, it's just the demand goes higher for also live, and now we are just working on a live uh, setup, and I simply work with guest musicians on stage. So I will have probably two guitarists, a bass player, and a drummer
Yeah,
with me on stage, and just performing the songs with other musicians, like a band.
yeah. But this is where the problem is. This is your baby.
Yeah,
You've done everything on your baby, and then you're going to invite these strangers to come and play what you've got in your head and what you've got down on paper and what you've got down on track. And they've got to play that live. And there's going to be that perfectionist inside of you. No, this is not how I play it. You do it like this.
yeah. I was so I have some, of course, some experience with that, with Diego being with me in the studio. So the drummer um, playing the drums in the studio will also is also able and will also join me on stage if he's not on the road with Corona, of course.
Yeah,
I have a backup there, so this is settled because I really like how he's playing, and he will play the songs as on the records. And also the choosing the musicians. I don't consider my music very difficult to play. It's not a progressive or very technical stuff I'm doing. And of course, we will work on the sounds. This is more like if the mood is the right one
yeah.
in respect to the sound design and how it should sound, then I'm really not scared about other musicians playing my music.
Yeah, no, that's good then, because then you'll be able to bring that on tour. Um, Obviously, you'll be starting around in Switzerland and maybe looking further afield to bring your music. In this country, doom metal is reasonably popular. You've got metalcore, which is more popular than doom metal, and yours is like a melodic doom sort of sound. And I've got to say, musically, it sounds brilliant. I absolutely love it. Listening, your guitar is you say it's not very technical. And from a listener's point of view, I really enjoyed listening to the music, and I found it quite technical listening to your guitar. So I think bringing that over to the United Kingdom, I think you would do well.
Yeah, yeah. Beside of that, I also think there is some gothic influence in the music. It's not only doom.
Yeah,
And I would love to play the UK. I played in UK a few times with my past projects, and it was always very, very cool crowd. And so, if they invite me, I will be there. You can be sure.
yeah.
But other than that, as I said before, also here, it must grow organically. If the people like it, I'm really, really grateful for that. But it's not that I have to force to do something. I mean, let's see how this grows and how we can bring it on stage. And if the people love it, then I'm grateful.
Well, this is a conversation I've had with quite a few different artists, actually. You've got to write for yourself. You can't write for the audience. You have to write for yourself. And when you write for yourself, that's where it becomes true and honest. And if you're true and honest to yourself and to your music, the people will come and listen to it because you will find like-minded people who really resonate with what you're doing. And I think you're not going to have much difficulty in that, especially your style of music. I already know quite a few friends of mine who will definitely listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it the same. Authenticity is very, very important to myself. So I would probably not be successful from my point of view, not in a let's say money wise of view, or I would not be successful and bring something at the level where I can be satisfied if I would not do what I want and what I have inside. So this is quite important to me. Not playing a role. There is projects where somebody is playing a role and dives into this role, but that's not. the kind of how I want to do it. So
Yeah,
I would agree. I mean, just came to my mind that also in UK there is great band. I mean, I just consider maybe to the last Paradise Lost album is amazing, I think,
yeah,
and would fit perfectly to Black Rice. So I mean, why not also join forces with some other bands? And
yeah. Oh, definitely. Um, what I don't understand is Switzerland, from what I've seen, is a very beautiful country. As a lot of the other countries around, like Norway, and I mean, I interviewed a band from Croatia, and all your music is so dark, and yet you live in such beautiful countries.
yeah, I mean, I also had thoughts about this topic, and I talked a lot about that topic with friends of mine, also being in bands in Switzerland, in this melancholic, gothic, wavy um, genre. And I mean, in Switzerland, it's a beautiful country. You're right, but it's not that much space. It's just mountains around. In some places, there is tiny space. You're just in between of two mountains, and it's just sometimes you feel a little bit like in a box.
Yeah,
And and we were thinking about this and talking about, and this could be a, a reason why the people are sometimes a little bit darker because you have in most of places you have a mountain between you and the sun. So that could be a reason. But I mean, we also have happy music in Switzerland. It's not that everybody's doing dark music, but that could be a reason.
yeah. Because there's a long running joke about the Scandinavian death metal bands that they come out of the forest when it becomes warmer so they can start performing.
Yeah,
Then they
that's
hibernate at the winter.
yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, there is places in Scandinavia where you don't have even daylight in winter time.
Yeah,
It's just dark the whole day.
yeah. Oh, which I can understand the dark music when you haven't got any sunlight in your life. So I do get that. Yeah, this isn't your only project. You've got poems by R.W. Runhart, is that correct? Have I
Yes.
pronounced that correct? From his book, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's actually my father-in-law,
Oh, wonderful. Yeah,
who wrote. He used to wrote a lot in his free time during his whole life. I
yeah.
mean, he passed away 2 months ago. Made me
Oh,
very sad, but
sorry to hear that.
and and he was always writing, and he also writes some poems, and nobody in the family, beside of his wife, ever saw those poems.
Yeah,
And so when he retired from his job, he just decided, now I'm gonna release a book with all my poems. It was just like, no, no, just a hard thing, Just I want to release, I want to have my book, and then he did it. And of course, then he just gave me one, and I started to read. And then suddenly I thought, hey, there is really a lot of matches with I see things and how he wrote it, and that I suddenly came to the idea I want to write some music to these poems.
yeah.
And he was actually also listening a lot to Black Crowes. He really enjoyed it. And then I thought, hey, I asked him, would you be okay doing so? First of all, doing it in English because the book was written in German, and then doing some music on and use his lyrics. And he was just, hey, that would be an honor. And then one thing leads to the other, and I did 5 songs with his poems. Yeah,
Oh, that's fantastic because it's actually says part one. So,
yeah,
are you going
actually,
to do
yeah.
like a part two with some more of his poems?
So he has a second book which he was not able to release because he died earlier and he was also in bed for the last months, so he was not able to release the second one. But I know that the manuscripts are somewhere, and who knows, maybe I will do a part two. But it was always the plan to do another 5 songs
Yeah,
and do part two. Let's
yeah.
see.
That's brilliant. That's such a lovely tribute as well, to somebody who's obviously a gifted writer.
Yeah, I mean, he was always a very important person for me. I would just say in some way also a mentor for me in some way. I had great discussions and talks with him for hours always. So I mean, yeah, if I could give him something back with these songs, then I'm happy.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. My dad was a poet, and I've got a book of his poetry upstairs, and it's something which I revisit it once in a while when I want to feel closer to my dad. I'll probably read something like that.
Yeah,
But I'm a writer, so obviously I get my writing from my dad.
yeah,
But I will say my dad were a better writer than me. It's nice to have that connection.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's you know when we are not anymore on this world, those things will stay forever.
Yes, yes,
Also songs or books or these kind of things will stay forever, and that's I really like the idea of leaving these things behind, and for the future generations.
yeah. Leaving our footprint, so to
Yeah,
speak. Yeah.
absolutely.
So, what would be next for Black Royce?
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently working on the live project a lot. So putting
Hmm.
together a band and actually also booking some shows at the moment for next year.
Yeah,
I'm rehearsing a lot for myself because I mean, I was not on stage since years. And I have a certain way I want to do it. So a certain quality standard I wanna meet. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm also writing already on the next album, which will not be a concept anymore. So I will just
right.
do an album. But yeah, I have the idea, I have the concept of the album, and I'm writing at the moment there.
Well, I mean, the title obviously have to either be rebirth or reincarnation.
Yeah. Um, Actually, yeah, it's not that. The title is not that. I have a title. I just not gonna say to you because it could change. But at the moment, it's Sanctuary. I can tell
Yeah,
you, and it's more about those. How can I explain? I will write something that is about the things you have inside. Sometimes you have other characters inside, or you have things that strange things inside, dreams inside,
yeah,
and I will write about that. Yeah.
yeah. Do you find writing easy?
No, not at all. I mean, I have I have really struggled a lot in writing myself. Not with the music, to be honest. That's something that is easy, but with lyrics and vocals, I the first time I did it, I just thought everything sounds like shit. My voice sounds like shit. I'm not sounding great. Are these the right words? Because I mean, I have a certain standard I want to meet,
Yeah,
and I always had this little feeling, oh, it's not good enough, when I do it myself.
yeah. I get that.
And 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 that's where I'm struggling. But so with the years now and with repeating the exercise, and I really feel comfortable, I have to say.
Yeah. I write, like I say, and I write reviews. So I'll go and watch a band and I'll write a review. And going back about 6 months now, and I wrote somebody gave me a bit of criticism, and you know what it's like. 99 people can say something really good, and then that one bit of criticism. So I wrote this review and I sent it off to the editor who posted it, and then I read it after he posted it, and I'm like, what the hell have I written? I'd thrown in all these big words, tried to make me look more intelligent than what I was, and I read it and it was just absolute garbage. So straight away I was on, take that off, totally destroyed it. It can never be seen again, and I had to rewrite it all. But
Yeah.
you're getting a lot of interviews, you're getting your reviews, and I'm assuming most of it is really good that you're getting because it is really good. It's a very difficult thing to criticize when it's good music. But have you had criticism yet, and how have you taken it?
Yeah, at first, thank you very much for your words. Listen, I of course, being something very personal is not easy to take criticism, you know.
Yeah,
But I can take it a lot. I've no problem because I cannot expect every single person in the world share the same opinion as I do and loves what I'm doing. And that's fine. I mean, this diversity is what's keeping the world going on. You know, if
yeah,
everybody would be the same, that would be boring. So nothing against criticism or feedback. I struggle a little bit when it's unfair. You know,
yeah,
when it's unfair. If you treat people bad, then I have a problem.
yeah,
And not about only about my music in general. You know, treating somebody in a bad way is something I really don't like. And if I feel I'm not treated right or unfair, then I struggle a little bit. But if somebody doesn't like my music because he's completely in another mood, then I'm fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair enough. So, where can we find your music? Can we buy your music? Is it in physical form or is it only on social media?
Actually, you can find my music on every ESP, so like Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Apple Music, everything digital. It provides Black Price. I decided to not do physical at the moment, just
Yeah,
because, I mean, if the demand would be bigger, maybe I do it, but uh, I would actually I would love to have some one day a vinyl of my music in my hands,
yeah.
just because of you know being sentimental about the good old times. But but other than that, I just
I don't know what you mean.
yeah, you see, you have it, and actually a few good records there, I have to
Oh
say.
yes, yeah. Um, the Twisted Sister and the Iron Maiden and the Skindred and the Bruce Dickinson are all signed. The only one that's not signed is the Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I know. That's why I got on the wall. It's our wall of coolness.
But actually, Appetite for Destruction. This is Appetite for Destruction,
Yes,
right?
that's correct. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, that was a quite an important record for me because
yeah,
yeah, because at that time I started really to listen to harder music. And that was like a door opener, let's put it that way. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely. For me, my door opener is the one, the Iron Maiden, Iron Maiden's
Yeah.
first album. That was the one for me, which made me go, um, "What is this?" And then go
Yeah.
out and buy it and listen to it. And I've not stopped listening to Maiden ever since.
I still listen to Maiden as well. I really love the band. I think I probably saw them live 8 times or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is such a unique band,
Yes, definitely.
because they have it's like a style. It's like they're just Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Nobody can sound like Iron Maiden.
Yeah, exactly. But so we're going off topic. I can talk about music and influences. I mean, I've got that, and then I've got indie music down here, and
Yeah.
thrash metal, and Ugly Kid Joe. There's all
Yeah.
sorts up there. I could talk all day about music, which is why I do this. But yeah, so we can find your music on all the socials like Spotify and things like that. And I would highly recommend people to go and listen. There's not a lot of people listen to concept albums these days, and it's refreshing to have a concept album, but not just one, but we've got four of them. But I'd also encourage people to go and listen to the poems. Where can you find the poems?
as well on all the
Yeah,
Spotify titles and yeah.
yeah. Because poetry is it is an art form and it is something which a lot of young people don't really discover. They'll listen to music and not realize it's poetry to musical instruments. But to listen to poetry, it's something which can open their soul, and it's something which I highly recommend people to do. So fantastic to have four concept albums and poetry as well, which I'm hoping younger people will discover your music and learn how music can take you on a particular journey.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's when you're basically you just said why I'm doing it, because I think this is probably one of the only universal languages.
Yeah.
With music, you can talk to everybody
Yes.
because it gives you a feeling, it gives you a certain mood, it brings you into a certain circumstance, and all over the world. Doesn't matter what language you speak, you can always take something out of a song.
Yeah. And it's a time machine. You listen to a perfect song and you're straight back in that moment for what it meant to you. You know, it
Yeah,
takes
I
you
mean,
back in time. It's
right,
brilliant.
right. I mean, I have to say, it's very, very, very good what you're saying because I also associate some certain things with certain songs that
Yeah.
I was going through, when I can remember having a sad time for something, and then I was listening to a particular song at this time, and every time that I hear the song now, I just think back to this time
Yeah.
when also the song maybe helped me to go out of this difficult time.
Yeah. We could also work against you. I was speaking to Brendan B. Brown from Wheatus, and he wrote a song about being cheated on, and it become one of his most popular songs, and he has to sing it every time he performs. So every time he performs, he's reliving that moment he was cheated on. So it can also have a bitter twist to it.
Absolutely, absolutely, would
At
agree.
the end of interviews, I have to ask my beautiful lady's question, Tracy. She gives me a question to ask everybody, and it's tell us something about you that we don't know.
Tell us something about you that you don't know. So you probably don't know that when I was a child, well, if you listen, if you read some interviews, you will know. But um, yeah, but I say it. You don't know that when I was a child, I was a huge Elvis Presley fan,
Oh, wow, the
and
king
Elvis
himself.
Presley and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I'd known that, I would have had some Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson albums behind me. I've got Thriller and a couple of Elvis
yeah.
Presley ones down there.
Don't
In,
worry,
in
those you have there on the wall are good ones.
I remember, well, I don't remember, but my dad told me that he used to sing Elvis Presley to me when I was a baby. Daddy Big Boots from GI Blues. He used to sing that to me when I was a kid, but I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
See, there you go. Music speaks all over the world, like you say.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's not many countries Elvis Presley's sound hasn't touched, really.
Yeah, true. I mean, he was the king.
Exactly, he was the king. But thank you very much for the interview. It's been absolutely lovely speaking to you. And I could talk music all day with you.
Yeah.
You'd love my record collection, put it that way.
Yeah, I have to thank you for the interest in my music and um it's a really, as I said, I'm grateful for everybody who likes my music, and I have to thank you. Yeah.
Yes, it's no problem. It's been my pleasure. So good luck with your albums, and hopefully see you on a future tour.
Yeah, and reach out when I'm playing UK.
Yes, excellent. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
Goodbye.
much, Dan.